Patch notes! Just kidding. So today is September 11th. It is the launch of Season 1 shortly, as soon as the maintenance concludes here. And while we're waiting, I figured, what better way to spend our time than just covering what's coming and what's going on here. So let's go ahead and review the maintenance notice here. Dear Lightbearers, to provide a better experience, we will be performing update maintenance on 9/11 at 2 a.m. that's currently going on, UTC-7, during which servers will be down, Lightbearers unable to log into the game. Please schedule accordingly. We're looking at a estimated 4 hours of maintenance time with 200 Lumina leaves as compensation. That is a draw, people, so getting a free draw is always nice. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. Lightbearers who created an account before maintenance began and who have logged in within the past week are eligible for the compensation, so enjoy that. It will come in via your mail. Make sure you get it. New characters: Estella, Karabane, Solar, Offensive Role, Weapons, Pulse Rifle, and Machine Gun. An eternally itinerant Lightbearer, Estella was revived carrying an Karabone and part of the Jewish dragon's consciousness, still clinging to the remains connected with her when she was resurrected. This gives her strange supernatural powers, but also causes her many auditory and visual hallucinations. The story's about to be lit, I can tell you now. Here we go. Legendary character, Umiko the Kunoichi. Element, Void, Role Support, Weapons Scout, and Sniper. In her past life, Umiko was an Awoken who left the reef for Earth. She died when her ship was attacked entering Earth's orbit and crashed into the sea off the coast of East Asia. Her ghost Kara revived her on the Japanese island of Shikoku. Awesome. Alright. You guys will really like Umiko. I really like Umiko's kit. I can't wait to build her out. Limited time draw, The Sun's Shadow, starts after maintenance ends on 9/11 and is available for 28 days. So this banner is going to be up for 1 whole month. Mythic character acquired from the event is guaranteed to be Estella. Yep, 60 pity draws, as we've mentioned before. Legendary characters available from the event, so these are the rate ups. Kabir, Ikora, and Umiko. So there you go. The draw event is a limited time draw event. Guarantees are shared between all limited time draw events. That means if you made any progress on the Gwen banner and did not get Gwen and would like to try to draw for Umiko and you've got a guarantee in X draws, it will actually transfer over. And it goes in perpetuity, allegedly. So based on their system, if you don't want Estella or Gwen and you've netted like 59 draws and you're guaranteed a character with your next pull, you can take that to any banner they release in the future and you will get that character in 1 draw. So keep that in mind. You can bank your pity is what I'm saying here. We've got limited time event Benediction Days. So this is a new event that they're doing. Starts on 9/11, ends on 10/4. This was the most important holiday of the year in Estella's forgotten hometown. The lighthouse is lit. The toilers shall receive their bounty. Collect crystalline sprouts to receive blessings and acquire a random discount on Estella's Daughter of Spring ornament. Ooh. I don't know that that's an ornament that was in the beta. I'm interested in seeing that. The Benediction Day shop will also be available during the event. Acquire crystalline blossoms and exchange them for Daughter of Spring. Sets transmat effect, emote, and chat emojis. Interesting. Collect all pieces of the Daughter of Spring to set to receive the Daughter of Spring dynamic emblem. So actually, wait a minute. Is this... It sounds like this is one of the portraits, right? But this says it's an event, so interesting. This is going to be cool then. I need to see what this is about. New shop additions. Estella's Mythic Ornaments, Dragon Slayer, and Dragon's Crown. 100% I ran the Dragon Slayer, I think, during the beta, and it's a really dope skin. Added Relic Ornaments, Thorny Metal, and Center Spine. Dragon Slayer bundles available limited time. Purchase the bundle to claim at a 20% discount. Legendary Ornaments, Hazy Dream, Woodland Walker, Unending Grudge, Dark Moss, Misty Violets will be added to the store alongside Estella and Umiko's arrival. So those differing ornaments there, those should be available for Silver or Bright Dust if you've got the Bright Dust banked, which if you're anything like me, you probably do. So good news if you want some alternate color patterns for Estella and Umiko. Yeah, we can go from there. Season duration after the maintenance on 9/11 through 11/6. At 4, so it ends on 11/6. That's good to know. Once the season starts, seasonal modifier will be changed to Void and Solar. Awesome. Combatants in the Expanse, Calamity Ops, and Challenge difficulty activities will have Void and Solar shields. Void and Solar characters and weapons are recommended. Good. Seasonal Pact available. The S1 Pact, Haven Crest, grants Lightbearers powerful enhancements. Once the season starts, every 20,000 Team XP grants 1 Pact point, which can be used to upgrade the enhancement. Okay. Interesting. Seasonal engrams are available. Season 1, Season of the Daybreak engrams will now be available for Lightbearers to acquire and decrypt. Season of Daybreak engrams contain multiple season-exclusive cosmetics, including Crystalline Mystery, the Furious 3 Seasonal Ornament, Daybreak decals, and more. Yep, I covered this in my preview video the other day, so, yeah, pretty much nothing surprising there. Seasonal Collection, acquire all collectibles available during Season of the Daybreak to receive the season-exclusive Daybreak emblem and unlock the season sigil for your homepage. That's pretty cool. All right, just a bonus. And now we're in the optimizations and adjustments screen. UI and interaction optimizations. Login screen, improved dynamic prompt for logging in, improved operation prompts and guidance, UI prompts for unlocking acclaim bonuses, guidance for weapon comparison feature, systems overall visuals, process for selling exotic infusion cores, added a confirmation pop-up. Yep, that's a great. Thank you for that one at least. That is a great choice. Definitely always do a confirmation pop-up when possible. We don't want to have people selling off exotic infusion cores by mistake, because that's a rare resource and you can't farm that. At least not without using Pinnacle Energy. Improved controllability of the shoot to pick up feature, making it a toggleable option. That's interesting. So why would you do that? Because it's free shoot to loot that's built into the game. I don't know why you would ever want it toggleable. Unless maybe you're trying to... I guess there is a perk that powers things up based on having low ammo counts in your heavy. So perhaps that's why. Maybe it's to work better with those, so they made it toggleable. Anyways, I digress. Character and weapon fixes. Fix the display issue with the Stella's face model. Oh, thank you for that, I guess. Improve signature ability. Soul Assault's absorption distance versus combatants. Ooh, Gwyn got buffed. Alright. Fix the actual effective range of the signature ability Void Dance to match that of the ability description. Excellent. Increase the max number of Void Spirits that can be on the ground to 8, making it more compatible with exotic weapon Octant Ride Dispenser's max charge shot. Excellent. Ningfei, improve the visuals of Ningfei's movements while he's in his super. Okay, always down for some good adjustments. Gwyn definitely got a buff there, but I mean, I was pretty consistently when shooting the max charge shot getting 8 Void Spirits anyways, so I'm not sure. But it did kind of struggle. It wanted to go to 6. Sometimes it jumps to 12, so maybe this is just to make it more consistent. That would be my guess here. Anyways, improve the common bounties experience, allowing for 1 refresh. That's fantastic. Always a good thing. I really like the bounty system. It's pretty rewarding for just passive play, so far I've been impressed with it. Wolfpack, improved pack recommendation logic. Okay, I'm going to give you guys one more additional thing you need to do. The Wolfpack role assigning is completely busted. And there is a auto roll situation that happens where if you do not log into the game for 7 days, you just lose your role. So if you're a officer, let's say you actually founded your own Wolfpack, and you forget to log in for a week because you go out of town, you decide to touch grass, whatever, you could come back and find that your clan is no longer yours. We actually just had that happen. Our pack founder, Zippy, he hasn't logged on. He's had a lot of IRL stuff going on at work and whatnot, and he hasn't had time to log on, and unfortunately for us, it took the leadership role from him, the pack leader, and it rolled it to one of our members who was not in an elevated position at all. So it's interesting. I don't know what's going on with that. I do think there is some stuff that needs to change with the wolf packs. I can't assign. I have 6 slots for senior members. I can't assign 6 senior members because if I try, it literally removes them all and only assigns 1 member. So there are a number of things that I think need to be addressed with the wolf pack, but I've already prepped up and sent off my feedback on that, so hopefully we'll see some improvement in the future. They're pretty good about listening and taking care of these things, so here we go. Improve the unlock requirements for Relic Trait 3. Change you get from Acclaim 2 to Team Level 71. That is big. That is huge. If you do not have your Relic Trait 3 now, you can get it significantly earlier if you are coming up in the game and leveling up, that makes the experience so much better, because honestly, Relic Trait 3 is typically the strongest of the 3 traits on most characters, so having access to that earlier is definitely a good thing. Improve the reward pool for Singularity Chaos. Okay. I'm going to need to see what that means, but that's great. Improve the wish selection experience for Morgan's Prey, removing overly difficult wishes such as Vital Resonance. Okay. Improve the logic and display for picking objects up. Right. Some animation, audio, and visual optimizations. Improve sound effects for Morgan's Prey. Improve sound effects for Wolf's signature ability, the Wolf Strike. Improve third-person animations for dual sidearms. I'll have to check that out. That's pretty cool. Improved animations for exotic weapons, Sweet Business, and improve the display of decals on playable characters during dialogue. That's big for me as somebody who uses decals to differentiate my character models from other people's, especially in a game where decals are the big form of customization in comparison to other games, since there's not really like a shader system or anything of that nature. Really, there's only a handful of select pre-rendered options. So improved slide controls, fantastic. Always a good thing. Localization improvements, fixed objective descriptions in Atal's character quest, fixed descriptions of some weapon perks, simplified and improved clarity of weapon perk descriptions. In Japanese, they improved term consistency and fixed some issues with honor fixing character speech patterns. In Latin America, they improved term consistency and fixed some grammatical errors. Alright. Here we go. Okay, activity issues. Now we're getting in the meat and potatoes. This is the final section here, so let's go ahead and tackle that. Morgan's Prey fixed an issue in which void vortexes would not spawn. Fantastic. Fixed an issue in which light bearers could be stuck on a stage if a device knocked them underground. Fixed an issue in which light bearers could attack bosses at the entrance. Fixed an issue with the reward status display. Fixed an issue with the treasure test visibility in the expanse. Fixed an issue in which entering the iron bar from the practice range would result in abnormal weapon damage. Oh, this is big for Callum. He's going to be super excited about that. Fishing. Fixed an issue in which fishing special effects would clip through models. Fixed an issue where the camera would behave abnormally during campaign dialogue. Yeah, I've seen that happen a couple times. Fixed an issue in which light bearers wouldn't be switched back to their original character after leaving story mode for some quests. That's a good change. Fixed an issue in which some light bearers couldn't kick the ball. Wow, I didn't know you guys were locked out of that. That's interesting. Fixed an issue in which Vex self-destruction could insta-kill light bearers. Wait, they made it where Vex self-destruction can't insta-kill light bearers? That's good, right? Couldn't have that happen in Destiny 2, because, you know, exploding units. Anyways, I digress. Character and weapon issues. Character abilities fix an issue in which the damage resistance buff from Ningfei's signature ability Side Trick wouldn't take effect as expected. That is great. More consistent damage resistance. I'm going to have to test Ningfei again and see if there's actually like a noticeable change or what that looks like. Fixed an issue with vanishing NPCs in Ningfei's quest. Okay. Fixed an issue with bonfire dialogue resources. Fixed an issue in which the front lens would be hidden when aiming down sights with the Type 7 Moonshot EMR-M. Listen, I think that's great and all, but it's a legendary weapon, and the problem with legendary weapons is once you've reached the end game, they really don't have a purpose, because you're literally target farming mythic weapons, and almost exclusively mythic weapons at that point. So what I would like to see is, I would like to see legendary weapons be available for sacrificing to level up mythic weapons. So basically let them be fodder, more or less. When I get a level 80 legendary drop, I should be able to do something with it other than look at it until I break it down for cores that, you know, I don't know. I'm just harping at this point. Honestly, that's the truth. Fixed an issue in which switching exotic grenade launchers Sadia Elixni Smart Bombs ornament would result in its mode switching sound effect and not playing. Okay. Fixed an issue in which switching weapons while sprinting would cause the characters to stop. Fixed an issue with sidearms performance while jumping. Fixed a balancing issue with exotic auto crossbow Mahamuri that resulted in it being... Oh no. Oh, okay. in its power being too high in Iron Bar and Shifting Gates, bringing its TTK to a more reasonable level. So it's only in PvP. I was gonna say, because you probably, if anybody's watched our videos, you've probably heard both myself as well as Fi talking about how like absolutely busted the exotic auto crossbow actually is. Like it literally just elevates Ningfei's entire kit to the next level. It fixes the big problem, which is that auto crossbows just do not do good DPS. I mean, the only thing they are good for is breaking rapid fire champion shields. That's it. There's no other purpose to them. They are not great DPS. They are not anything. Just literally exclusively rapid fire Shinka addressing. That's the only thing they're actually good for. The exception to this is Mahama Yuri, which actually does really good DPS comparatively. So yeah, seeing it nerfed would be really sad, but luckily it just looks like it's only applying to any PvP situations, PvEVP and PvP situations. Bring its TTK to a more reasonable level. That's perfectly good. Oh, really? Here we go. Fixed an issue in which exotic sniper rifle Izanagi's burden damage would be abnormal in auto-fire mode. That is interesting. Okay, so the question is whether or not this fixed the problem with Izanagi's that we've heard about where the damage is less than it should be, or which I'm assuming is what they're talking about here. Izanagi's should be doing more consistent higher damage now, which is great. Fixed an issue in which Ring of Conversion's effect could be triggered by some non-ability sources of healing. Okay, that's kind of a nerf. We're going to have to take a look at that and see how it affected some of the builds. Fixed an issue in which a rewarded retrieval button wouldn't display on the top bar. Fixed an issue with the fair play icon. Fixed an issue in which rewards couldn't be claimed in real time. Fixed an issue in which some of the characters' ornament exclusive animations would not play. Fixed an issue in which the spreading light events challenges could be completed repeatedly. Well, interesting. And that's all for the update details. Thank you for the patience. We'll continue to collect your feedback, suggesting you keep improving Destiny Rising experience. May the light be with you, Destiny Rising team. This is a pretty thick list of changes, updates, and fixes that they've done. And this is the second week in a row where it's been like this, and I get the feeling it's going to continue this way. So that is your patch notes, ladies and gentlemen, for the game. Let's see. Yep, still in maintenance. So that's your patch notes for the game. I'm going to try to edit this up and get it up quick so you've got something to watch while you're waiting on the game to launch, and we can go from there. Hopefully I'll see you guys in game. I should be probably doing a second video today where I'm going to do draws for Umiko and Estella, and I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about their kits and give a brief overview into how to play them and stuff like that. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful day, everybody.